Hi, everybody. This is the Gospel of John study. My name is Bill. I'm from BCUMC. This is week 11 of our study. This week we're looking at John chapter 20, and today is day 5. And we're going to finish with verses 30 and 31. Now, Jesus did many other signs in the presence of his disciples, which were not written in this book. But these are written so that you may come to believe that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God, and that through believing you may have life in his name. And now I'm going to read from the text by Ben Witherington III, page 162 and 163. Understanding the Word. These verses probably represent the original conclusion of the Gospel of John, as verse 30 implies. There were many other things Jesus said and did that were not originally included in this Gospel. The Gospel writer has more material than he needs or can use. One such bit of material that was clearly not part of the Gospel of John is much beloved story of the woman caught in adultery, found in the manuscripts at John chapter 7, verses 53. John chapter 7, 53 to 8, or 53 and chapter 8, verse 11. The problem is, it is not in our earliest and best witnesses and is found in several manuscripts elsewhere in this gospel, and in at least one Greek manuscript it was placed in Luke's gospel. It is a story looking for a home, and I think it is reasonable to assume this is one of those stories that John chapter 20 verse 30 and especially John chapter 21 verse 25 suggest was out there. I have no problem with the idea that it is a genuine story told by the beloved disciple. It just wasn't included in the first edition of this gospel. And since the original text determines canon, it is not part of the Holy Writ. It's probably historically true and certainly true to the character of Jesus, but it's not an original part of this gospel. Sometimes one wishes that all of the traditions of the beloved disciple had been kept and edited into another gospel. Perhaps Gospel of John Part 2, the bonus edition. It is the very last verse of John. In the very last verse of John 20, we have the purpose statement, which can be read in two ways. Number 1, in order that you may begin to believe that Jesus, or number 2, so that you will continue believing that Jesus. I would suggest the character of this gospel, with all of its 40-plus parenthetical explanations and other features, favors the former interpretation, though the latter is possible. We are told that the point of such believing is that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God, so we might have life in his name. Indeed, we are not called to believe for belief's sake. We are called to believe for salvation's sake. He came that we might have life and have it abundantly. We shouldn't settle for less. Okay, and now the reflection questions. Why do you think the gospel writer tells us there are a lot more stories out there about Jesus' signs and teachings? What do you make of the purpose statement? Why would you guess this gospel has been most often translated first of the 4 gospels in foreign language? All right. I hope you join us tomorrow at Adult Christian Education at 9:30 in Fellowship Hall, as we will continue to discuss John chapter 20. Until tomorrow, have a great day.